Hey everyone, welcome to episode 134 of Bucs UK TV. We are up against the Denver Broncos, and for once, David, there's going to be a lot of Brits. The British are coming, to paraphrase. What's happening this week in Tampa?
Yeah, it's a big one. It's the Bucks UK 40th anniversary tour. So we've got 115 Bucks UK members heading over the pond for the Denver game. I think there's about 70 on one flight. We're taking over the airways, so it's
Yeah,
going
if
to
you're
be
flying
really.
from Gatwick, we apologise for the noise on the plane in advance.
So we've got a action-packed weekend. On the Friday, there's a charity run by Mick Loonham, one of our members, who's doing a fantastic effort, 40-mile run starting bright and early, 5 o'clock in the morning, and he ends up at Raymond James Stadium and then at the Advent Health Training Facility. His son Harrison's joining him, and a number of members are joining various times on the route. So that's quite special and a really big part of the trip for our charity activities that we're doing there to give something back to everything the Bucks do to us. So that's
Absolutely.
really exciting. Then once that's done, our members are doing a tour of the Advent Health Training Facility. Bugs have done a great job organising that, and really exciting that we're going to be joined on that tour by number 40 himself, the A Train Mike Allstott. So that's going to be a great treat for all
Number
of us.
40 for 40 years of Bucs UK.
Absolutely, it's all planned. It's not
Yeah.
coincidence. So the Bucks have been really great in supporting that. And then Friday evening, we've got a club meal in Raymond James Stadium. So all of our
Not
members
on the
there.
50-yard line, just to be clear. We're not saying I put a blanket down or
uh,
Picnicking.
yeah.
in Hyundai Suite. We've got obviously all of our members joining. We've got lots of staff from the Buccaneers organisation that we've all built amazing relationships with over the years. Brian Ford, Eileen, Amy, and Amy in particular. It's all sorts of people there. Um, a lot from the media team as well, and also some of our special guests that we've actually built relationships, other fans, Keith Kunzig, Big Nasty, and lots of people that actually over the 40 years we've just built relationships with over at Tampa. And we're
And as
looking
you
to,
say, we're super grateful to the Bucks for really treating us like royalty. That's very, very kind of them and very, very much appreciated. And hence, you mentioned the charity fundraising that we're doing for three charities. It's our way of trying to say back. And I think we can probably announce now we have raised $6,000 across those three charities. So that's we know, dare I say it, the Bucks aren't hard up, but anything we can do for those charities, I think, shows how grateful we are to all the Bucks have done for us over 40 years. So that's super special.
yeah, absolutely. We say it all the time that we as an organisation, as a club, are just so lucky to have this sort of relationship with an NFL franchise. You just don't see that in professional sport anywhere. So yeah,
Yeah. So if you see or hear a Brit in Tampa, come up and say hello. We do not bite. We promise we won't try and recolonize you. Just yeah, we're very friendly. Come and let's swap contact details. Follow us on social media. We really like as you mentioned, Big Nasty. A lot of the other people in Tampa. We're lots of friends of lifetime, and all those friendships started somewhere, meeting up over a game and a shared love of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So yeah, that'd be really good. We want to make as many friends as possible. But the most important thing we also want to do is to beat the Denver Broncos. And Dan, spoilers, I'm hoping that's not going to be too hard.
Well, hopefully, first time drive touchdown would be nice to start it off. I mean, we're 2-0 for I think it's the fourth consecutive year. We've never
Mm.
gone 3-0 in that run either. And I don't think a better proposition's probably going to present itself than what we've had right now. Home game, rookie QB, team that can't rush the ball. I think we should be set up here without tempting fate to take that 3-0.
The only thing that scares me is the coach. Brr, don't like Sean
Nah,
Payton.
yeah.
So
I ain't
Wayne,
got too much going for him.
let's stick with the Dan's mentioned the rookie QB Bo Nix. I think it's playing in the NFL is bonkers. Playing quarterback in the NFL is bonkers. Doing it as a rookie is like the ultimate in bonkers. I think obviously it's slowly we're bringing any quarterback on. what do we need to be worried about in terms of Denver and trying to stop them scoring, and what's the secret going to be to coming out victorious?
I think the secret is in the past we've always we've had a very annoying habit of making rookie quarterbacks look like all pros, and I think we need to make sure we keep on top of it. You know, it's his third game, he's really rattle him, and just take him out of his game. That's all it is. You know, we want to avoid it being a trap game. Think, it's a rookie quarterback, that's going to be easy. Try our hardest just to keep on top of it.
And do you want to do that by bringing the pressure, by confusing him, by different formations? What do you want to do?
I think pressure. Obviously, with the loss of Vita Vea, I don't know what the injury status is, but if he's not there, we're going to struggle. But hopefully, we can.
A sprained MCL is the early reports, which will be about 3-4 weeks.
Could be back, probably not. We don't know.
Yeah. Put a cast on him, run it off.
He's that big, you can stand him in the middle, couldn't you?
Yeah.
Yes.
Make him go around him.
Yeah. So, David, they scored 6 points last week. So, we think stopping Denver's doable?
We'd like to think so. This has got to be one of the best opportunities in the whole schedule. I mean, he's had nearly 80 passes, no touchdowns, 4 interceptions. As soon as he gets into the opposition's half, he seems to like throwing a pick six. So, you know, this is where our Bullhogs come back out of Detroit and keep going. I'm looking to see us all doing the old rowing boat down the steps in Raymond James Stadium.
For those of us that are going to the tailgate party before with unlimited alcohol, I think that's probably not going to end well. But we'll see. Maybe it'll end up like the old Leicester Panthers for those UK fans out there. Maybe Sean Payton will have to come in and play quarterback himself. They'll get so upset and so desperate. We'll have to wait and see. So, Dan, on defense, then stopping the Broncos, who are the key players for us on defense?
As Wayne said earlier, anything we can do to get pressure. Denver at the minute aren't rushing the ball very well. The lead running back had 17 yards at the weekend.
I mean, they have like a billion running backs on the roster, don't they, as well? So
yeah, they do, but the problem is none of them got more than 11 shares. Bo Nix was their top running back last weekend with 25 yards. Across the running back, say the top running back was Javonte Williams with 17 yards on 11 attempts. It's a yard and a half a carry. So I think getting pressure to him, pull back early. I think the run game will take care of itself. Get pressure to him. We have to watch out for Josh Reynolds. He beat us up a little bit when he played for the Lions last year. Big receiver. He's their lead receiver at the minute out there. So, but I think if we can get pressure to Nix, whether it be through the guys up front or whether it be through some disguise schemes and some safety rushes that we love, I think that will throw them off. And as I say, I think we've got enough to come out of this game with the ball on the win. I think turnovers are going to be key, and I think we can create more than them.
Okay, well, Dan, we'll stick with you then go to the other side of the ball. So how are we going to score against the Broncos? Because I think they've got a pretty sound defense. I think they're just maybe a little bit backed up in the situation football, but
yeah, back four's okay. Alex Singleton's in there at linebacker. Come over. Corners are pretty decent still. So I think the game plan we've had at the minute for the first 3 weeks has been pretty sound. We've looked solid in the run game, if not electric. We found Evans when he was hot week 1. We found Godwin when he was good week 2. Just keep mixing the ball around, find the hot hand, and keep scheming it across the field. I think we'd be okay. And if Big Balls Bacon needs to take off again and break some ankles, then he can do it now. We know he can.
As long as he's breaking their ankles, not his. I'm glad I saw him sliding this week after last week's head first and not what we've seen with other quarterbacks in the league. You know, we don't want to keep him upright, keep his jersey clean. Wayne, obviously Baker's going to be huge. Obviously, you know, Baker threw a pick last week. You know, I don't think quarterbacks throw interceptions. That is what it is when you're risking it and you're throwing in tight windows in the NFL. And Dan talked a bit about the pass game, but how important do you think the run game is going to be against the Broncos?
I think if the Broncos are playing like they did last week, we're going to be able to use the run game to control the clock. Once they start to get worn down, hopefully with two good backs, we can start to break a few and just pile the pressure on.
Yeah, we'd love to see that real 1-2 punch. It sort of takes you back to the Dunn Allstott type days, doesn't it? I'm not quite sure that either of those. They're different style runners, but I like what we were doing with Bucky running those sort of inside sweep things. To actually that running outside seemed to be quite productive for us. I feel like, although as you say, I think the Denver linebackers are no slouches, but we'll see how that goes. David, how aggressive do we need to be on offense? Is this a slowly we win the game, or are we going to go gunslinging from the start?
Well, I think the thing is that their D line is quite aggressive, and I think early doors, just get them with few screens to put them a little bit on their back foot, and not necessarily sort of over pursue. And I think that'll open the whole field up for us.
Brilliant. Okay. Any predictions here? Not the score prediction yet, but Dan, one thing that's going to happen in this game?
Positive or negative?
Either.
Paul, we will score 2 running touchdowns. How's that?
Nice. Right, that's good for my fancy football. All right, it's good to know. Okay. Wayne, one prediction for this game?
I think we're going to break our first drive duck and score a touchdown on the first drive.
Nice.
Oh, we'd love to see that. We would absolutely explode in block, whatever we are, 5-2-3 or whatever it is. David, your prediction for the game?
After 4 seasons, JTS is going to have his breakout game.
Ooh,
that'd be nice.
I think my prediction is winning the turnover battle. I think possibly something that's like a strip sack or an interception that maybe even goes all the way for 6 points. And I think if that happens early, I think that could be a massive, but put the Broncos already in a bit of a hole early on. I think that would be really, really good. So then, in terms of score predictions, Dan, when we look up at the scoreboard, and if those of us that Graham Reed won't be able to look up the scoreboard by the end of the game, but those of us able to look up at the scoreboard by the end of the game, what are we going to see?
I say, why have you got us on here to predict this? Because if it goes horribly wrong, there's going to be a lot of people very upset at us.
Just make sure you wear a hat and wear it down.
We're going to win by 15.
Nice. Okay. Do you want to put some numbers on that? Or are you just going to stick with that?
Oh, no, I'm going to stick with that.
Okay. Bucks by 15, covering the spread. That's what we like. Wayne, what's your prediction?
I reckon we're going to have a breakout game. I'm going to go big, 33-9.
Ooh, that's good. I like that. That's close to mine. I think I've gone even bigger. Spoilers. David, what do you reckon?
Same here. I've gone big. I've got 41-6.
Oh, I don't know what our home scoring record is, but that's going to be getting up there close, isn't it? 41-6. Is that 2 field goals, or are they going to have the misery of a missed PAT?
Oh, he's not going to get a field. He's not going to get a touchdown.
Okay, I've written down 35-14. I think 35-14. 7 scores. As much as I love field goal kickers, particularly that Dallas guy who's in my fancy team, who's my leading scorer this week, and I still won.
So all of you, based on your scores, give us a chance for Mike Evans to get the 3 touchdowns needed for 100, right, in this game.
Yeah, of course.
So we've got an opening drive TD,
yeah,
3 Mike Evans touchdowns, and we're all not coming home on the next week. We'll just stay there.
Or worse, 2. Then you've got to stay and see the third. Yeah. Although actually, me and David are out there for the Eagles game as well. So next week's podcast, I don't know where it's going to be, but you will not be seeing these flags. I think we might be finding a local convenience venue serving alcoholic beverages that can accommodate us.
Hooters.
I might have to blur my background on Zoom. We'll see what could possibly go wrong. Cool. Okay. Well, then you've heard our predictions. We hope to see you in Tampa. We're looking forward to it incredibly. You can probably see how excited we are, and we will be there. The Bucs will be cruising to victory by the sounds of it. Let us know what you think. Make sure you join us next time, and we will tell you how it all went when we're still out there in Tampa. We won't be live, so don't try and track us down. It's not like a competition where the Bucs say, "Here we are, come and get some prizes." But it'd be really great to meet you all. Thank you, Dave, for giving us a summary. Thanks to the Bucks again for just being so utterly fantastic. And we can't wait to see all our friends. So
On that,
until
Kieran, just before we say
Oh,
goodbye,
sorry,
you
yes.
thank the Bucks for everything they've done. As a member, can I thank you
Oh.
guys for everything you have done? Because it's
Oh, that's very
you,
kind of them.
David, Phil, everybody else, of all the contacts that put this together, all the time and effort that goes into it, so that people like us can actually be part of it. So thank you guys.
Pleasure.
Thank you. That's very kind. Obviously, Ian's doing a lot on organising this trip as well. So, and we're seeing a lot of our social media team. So, yeah, really, really good. All hands to the pump for this one. That's very kind. Cool. And let's wrap up there. So, until next time, thank you and go Bucks.
Go Bucks.